welcome to this week's check-in video. When I was younger, I grew up just idolizing my older sister, and I've told you that before, and I don't want to get into the embarrassing stories of how I used to follow her and do things that she wanted to do. But she was 2 years older, she was the firstborn, and I would just follow her and do what she wanted to do. But having said that, we did fight like good siblings too, and we had our tiffs, we had our moments for sure. And I remember one day, I don't remember what she said or what happened, I just remember following her through the house, just running after her. I'm gonna get you. And she was running through the dining room, and I ran through the dining room, and she ran through the kitchen, and I ran through the kitchen, and she went right out that front door. And as I came through the kitchen, seeing that she's going to go through the front door, I saw this big glass of water on the side, and so I grabbed it as I ran out the door and down the driveway and down that first block and into the second block, and I'm going to get you. And there were neighbors coming out of their homes, like hearing her. She was screaming so loud, running as fast as she can. And people are thinking, are you getting attacked? And, oh, yeah, she's getting attacked. I'm going to get her. And, well, it got to the point about halfway through the second block of running, I realized, you know what? First of all, this isn't fun. I didn't throw on shoes or all. And the sidewalk's full of these little stones. And it's kind of hurting my feet. And then I look at my hand, and then this glass of water that I grabbed is now empty. I guess I've been running and stuff, and it's all gone. And I realized, whoa, I got carried away here. We're like 2-3 blocks down from the house now. What am I going to do, right? I can't splash her with water anymore. And so I realized, wow, one action led to another action, and all of a sudden I'm 3 blocks away from the house, and I got carried away. So I kind of just stopped, and I watched her, and that was joy and satisfaction enough, just watching her still run the 3rd block, the 4th block, the 5th, not even thinking to look back, and I walked back to the house. Sometimes you probably are well aware that there's so many influences around us, and we can get carried away because there's this feeling in our heart, because there's this need to be justified, this need to follow our thoughts, and we go down these roads of actions and stuff that, yeah, on the best of days, no, I would never do that. I would never respond like that. That's not what God calls me to be. That's not what. But we allow these influences to get a hold of us, and all of a sudden we're acting, we're doing things, we're thinking things, we're responding on things that's not us. That's not the way we want to live, and we get carried away from things. And, you know, that's what Peter was talking about. This past Sunday, we wound up the book of 2 Peter, and he's challenging the church. You guys know the truth. You've heard it. You've embraced it. You know this. And we can remember the day we accepted Christ, right? And we clung on to him, and we put all our hope and our faith in him. We know those days. We know the truth and the hope wrapped up in Jesus. But he's been talking in chapter 2 and 3 about these false teachers, these bad influences that have come into the church, and you've allowed yourselves to come under their influence, and they're leading you down roads that have no hope, have no meaning, have no life. They're destructive roads. And so he calls them in those last 2 verses. He says, you know the truth. You know all this. And so guard the truth and hold on to the truth and protect the truth so you don't get carried away by the influences of these teachers. And I think it's just a great word to think of this week. We've probably already got influence right out of Sunday. We probably, if it wasn't for the video, we'd be like, oh, what were we talking about on Sunday, right? And we probably haven't read much or listened to much. Why? Because life just influences us right back to the rat race of life, and back to emotions, and back to the things that weigh us down. And it's so easy to get caught up in those things. I'm calling you to come back to what's most important. You know what's most important. I know what's most important. Are we making time to grow and to pour into what's most important? Because if we're not, then we need to go back to what's most important and guard it and hold on to it and protect it so we won't get carried away by the influences around us. Where are we pouring our time? How often are we reading? What are we reading? Are we listening to podcasts and filling our minds and our hearts with truth, worshiping through song, doing things, connecting with God in prayer, doing things that we can to guard and protect and feed the truth into our lives so we will not get carried away by the thoughts and attitudes and influences of other things and other people? I pray we can make those choices today. Thanks for being with us through this series in 2 Peter, and I do trust you'll be with us this Sunday. It's Pastor Claire's last Sunday with us. We really want to come and celebrate him and his time with us, so look forward to doing that together. Thanks for watching. God bless.